Thank you very much. Let's be seated, please. You're all welcome to Women Entrepreneurs and Professionals Development Network third AGM and Conference 2022. And the theme for this year's AGM and conference is Harnessing Opportunities in the Maritime Sector. My name is Ramatu Karibimina, and I'll be emceeing today's event. And we're going to have a wonderful time learning about the maritime sector opportunities, especially for the girl child in the maritime sector, because it's a male-dominated field, but there are opportunities for women in the maritime sector, and we have women that are already shattering the glass ceilings in the maritime sector. We'll be having astute professionals in the field that will be doing presentations, but before they come, I would like to introduce members of the high table. We have the Iyalode of Egba and Yorubaland, the person of Iyalode Alabalosin MFR FIOD JP. She's a global convener of WEPDN. Please let's put our hands together for her. We appreciate her. She came all the way from Abeokuta. She deserves a better applause. Please let's appreciate her. Thank you. Also on the high table is the Chief Operating Officer of WPDN in the person of Mrs. Afyong Israel Umbara. Ibara. Did I get I'll try. So let's appreciate her, please. We're going to go straight to the welcome address. And this address will be given to us by the Global Convener. I want us to be upstanding as we appreciate her as she gives us the welcome address. Let's invite the person of our global convener, Iyalode Alabalosin, NFR FIOD. Please sit down. Please let's put our hands together in appreciation of our global convener in the person of Iyalode Alabalosin for that welcome address. Thank you very much, ma'am. At this point, I'll call on the Chief Operating Officer, the person of Mrs. Afyong Israel Umbana, for her opening address. Did I get to this time around? Please let's appreciate her, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please let's appreciate our COO, the person of Mrs. Afyong Israel Umbana. At this point, I would like to recognize properly one of our special guests present in the person of Dr. Obiora Madu. He is the CEO, MD of Multimix Group. You're welcome, sir. I also want to recognize the presence of Mrs. Adewale Wahab, District Officer, Education, District 6. Please come in. Okay, you're welcome. I would like to appreciate the presence and recognize the presence of Oregon Junior and Senior High School. Can we see you, please? Okay. And Ikeja Senior High School. Ikeja Senior High School. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. For those of us who are here for the first time and we don't really know what WPDN is all about, WPDN is Women Entrepreneurs and Professionals Development Network. It's a non-profit NGO set up. It was actually inaugurated November 2019. We'll be watching a little documentary which will enlighten us about WPDN, the various clusters, where we are, and what we have achieved over the years from 2019. So just sit back, and I'm sure after this, some of you might want to join us. Thank you very much. Our guest speakers are here, and we'll just go straight to inviting our keynote speaker to talk on the theme of our gathering for today, which is harnessing opportunities in the maritime sector. I'm going to call on Chief Mrs. Chinwe Ezenwa. She's the CEO, MD, the Look Nigeria Limited and Ocean Step Logistics. Please let's put our hands together as she comes to the podium to talk to us. She's going to talk to us. She's not going to go through her paper, I know that. She's going to engage us on today's topic. Please let's appreciate her once more. Thank you. Let's put our hands together. Let's appreciate her once more. Because if you don't do it now, believe me, you'll be doing it upstanding later when you finish sharing her. Thank you very much. Where we'll be discussing eye-opening issues with regards to the maritime sector. We'll be looking at available opportunities in the maritime sector and increase in women participation, because the women will be calling up, will tell you their challenges, yet they didn't give up. They didn't give up. Some of them were not even into maritime. They spent their lives doing other things and they ventured into maritime, and today they're a success story. And then we'll be looking at the educational opportunities. We've heard a bit from Dr. Obiora, and we hear more. And the employment and entrepreneurial opportunities in the maritime sector. You don't need to be a staff of any maritime organization. You can be an entrepreneur and then venture into it and succeed, because that's what we have. We have entrepreneurs in our midst also. So at this point, I'm going to call on our one and only Dr. Iyalaje Chief Hajia Bola Muse. Please let's put our hands together for her, please. She is the CEO, MD of Bomara Group. She's a philanthropist. She's a woman who believes in lifting the hand of other women. She has 29 years in the maritime industry. She grew in the business, challenged by men in the business, and today she also has a shipping terminal. Let's appreciate her, please. Let's put our hands together. I'm going to call on another person, in the person of Mrs. Anakban. Please let's put our hands together for her. Now, Mrs. Anakban has a very interesting story. She's one person you need to listen to. She actually started as a seamstress. And when she saw opportunity, she grabbed it.
Wow.
Yes. She grabbed the opportunity when the MD CEO of Nimasa came to her shop to stitch his button of his trouser. And she saw the keyhole and she said, "Sir, I would like to work in this place." And he says, "Do you have any qualification and all of that?" Say, "Yes, I work here. Come and meet me in my office." And that's how she started in the maritime industry. And she grew in the industry and retired as an assistant director in Nimasa. Please, let's put our hands together for her, please. I'm also going to call on someone to join us. This person I'm going to call in 2019, 2020, 1920, she was actually the admin secretary of WPDN. She was our admin secretary, helping us to carry files and arrange meetings and, And today, she ventured into the maritime industry and she is the current Director General of the Nigerian Chamber of Shipping. Please let's put our hands together for Mrs. Vivian Chimeze Atu. So there is nothing you cannot attain when you put your heart to attaining it. And joining the panelists is our very own Chief Operating Officer in the person of Mrs. Afiom Israel Baga. Mrs. Afiom Israel Baga actually did not study maritime. She has a bonded terminal. Do you know what a bonded terminal means, students? Where ships can berth, keep containers. You know these containers on ships, and you see them stacked arranged. She has it, but do you know what funny thing? She was actually a lab technician. Laboratory. That was what she studied. And she worked as a lab technician for 15 years. But who says it's too late to switch? Nobody. When you see opportunities, you've heard it today, you need to switch if what you're doing is not working out for you. Please, let's put our hands together for our Chief Operating Officer, Mrs. Afiom Israel Baga. She's the Chairman, AML Bonded Terminal. And finally on our panel, we have our one and only, the person that just teared our hearts up to looking into the maritime industry that, wow. In fact, I have been jotting down things. Dr. Obiora Amadu, MD, CEO, Multimix Group. Let's put our hands together for him. I'm going to call on our one and only head of the agro cluster of WPDN in the person of Mrs. Sarah Tsonibido to moderate the panel session. Let's put our hands together for her. She comes in. Let's appreciate her, please.